by Miri, who is a retired colonel from the Israeli Defense Force. She worked with Prime Minister Ehud Olmert during the last Lebanon war and is now a fellow at the International Institute for Counterterrorism. Thank you very much to you, Miri, for coming back on our programme. Let me start, first of all, with this. Do you think the Israeli government agreed to this ceasefire because they were running out of ammunition, as the Prime Minister indicated today, or because the Americans were putting pressure on them?
I don't think that the two actually contradict, and I'll add in that nobody here wants a war, Matt. This isn't about something that we want it to go on forever. It's a question of what you can continue to achieve, both against Hezbollah inside Lebanon right now, without, at the end, really completely destroying this country called Lebanon that hosts them. And listening to Mr. Hasbani before, it's really that challenge of Hezbollah being in Lebanon. They are Lebanese, they are Arabic, they speak Arabic, and so for us, it's not about Lebanon, it's about Hezbollah and what you can achieve.
But the Prime Minister, Netanyahu, that is, also just said that they will now focus more again on Hamas and also on Iran. What does that mean, do you think, focusing on Iran?
The Prime Minister has been very consistent, Prime Minister Netanyahu. I'll even say from 2009, he's been our Prime Minister for many years, in focusing on Iran. And in its own way, it's as if that the Hamas attack on October 7th, that part of the reason, just part of the reason for the failure, is because the Prime Minister was looking at Iran and did not see Hamas. But I say that right now, that at the end, Iran itself, as a country, 90 million strong, backing Hezbollah, backing the Houthi, attacking Israel twice directly, and their quest for the nuclear bomb is very scary. So I'm all for focusing on that. Having said that, we still have what's called the Gaza front, the Hamas front, and 101 hostages that are still in the Gaza Strip.
Just a couple of things. I mean, it's interesting watching Mr. Netanyahu wear his red tie tonight, which he doesn't normally wear. I wonder if he's channeling Donald Trump there. Does he believe that Trump will give him an opportunity, to attack Iran on a wider scale and perhaps cause regime change there?
I don't think that Israel has the capability to do regime change. And I would say in that sense, there's a difference between targeting the nuclear facilities, because those nuclear facilities don't threaten Israel, Matt, they threaten the world. Nobody wants Iran to be nuclear. But there is a difference between that and regime change. I do think that this Prime Minister feels that he will have an easier conversation with President Trump. I don't know if that's right, but I think that the Prime Minister thinks.
Of course, the Americans hope that this will now pave the way for some kind of ceasefire in Gaza. 44,000 people have been killed in Gaza, most of them civilians. It's been a terrible tragedy for Gaza, but also it's isolated Israel more than you might have imagined a year ago. Isn't it time for the right pressure to be put on Netanyahu to end this Gaza thing and try and come up with some sort of solution for the Palestinians and rebuild?
I wish it was as easy as that. You do realize that on October 8th, or for that matter, yesterday or today, all Hamas have to do is give back 101 hostages and it's done. That this is about Hamas attacking us, taking the hostages, doing horrific things, building themselves inside the civilian community. I'm not saying it's an easy, simple one. I do think that we have to find a resolution. I don't think anybody should be using right now the terms of peace. I think that that's a challenging one right now. But yes, to arrive at an end to this overt, horrific fighting.
Miri, thank you very much indeed.